And for the most part, you're expected to keep it all together. You're expected to get up and act like nothing happened, even though you know things have been happening. And it's like when you speak your mind and when you speak your truth and how you feel about something, you're looked down at. You are called the outcast. You're ungrateful. You don't understand what everybody has done for you. And it's just like, let's take a second and pause. Each perspective is going to be different, right? So if my perspective of something is different from your perspective, why can't you just understand that we just have two different perspectives, but I'm not being disrespectful. I'm not calling out nobody's name. I'm not being rude. I'm just speaking my truth. I'm speaking from where I am. I'm speaking from what I'm going through. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion and perspective. It would be wrong for me to tell somebody who got robbed, oh, get over it. I've been through something too. That would be wrong of me because that's their perspective. If they're still healing from that experience, I'm going to allow them to heal. But everybody don't have that same mentality and mindset. Some people just be ready to defend foolishness all the time. And right now in my life, I'm just not there to sit around and let people come at me to defend some foolishness when this is my perspective. And if anybody has an issue with it, they have to take that up with God. Because I have to take my issues up with God. I got to tell him everything, even though he already know everything. And it's just like, because you not in my shoes, you can't relate. But you shouldn't have to be in my shoes to relate. You shouldn't have to be in my shoes to understand. Because the same sympathy and empathy that you want when you going through, that's all everybody wants. It's the same old thing. But some people are not capable of giving sympathy or empathy. And the only thing they see is what they feel. And sometimes our feelings are not valid. So if you got feelings towards something, that's cool. But feelings change. So when you come about your feelings, start using your mind so that you can understand where the next person coming from versus trying to beat them down or make them feel bad for speaking their truth. See, I'm no longer in a place where I'm going to be shut up. I'm not in a place where I'm just going to let stuff happen and not say nothing anymore. I'm not. And if anybody has an issue with it, like I said, you have to take that up with yourself. You can feel how you want to feel. If you want to cut me off, if you don't want to talk to me, that's fine. That is fine. But at the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, to their own perspective, and to their truth. My truth may not be your truth. What I go through and what I've been through, you may not ever be in my shoes to understand, and I don't expect you to. But what I do expect is decent human being understanding. Decent human. I can go on the internet right now and post something that I don't have to say any names. I could just post something about how I feel and what I'm going through, and strangers will relate to me more than people who actually know me. And that's how I know that it's out there. There's people out there who don't have to understand what you're going through. They don't have to be in your shoes, but just because they're a human being, they can show empathy. They can show sympathy. And so I'm the type of person where I'm the same way. Like if somebody tell me they're going through something, I'm going to try to put myself in their shoes and try to understand where they're coming from. But otherwise, if you can't do that, then don't expect me to do that for you as well. Because it just don't work like that.